Hi.
Hi, how's it going?
Sorry, did I freak you out by not accepting your request right away?
No, I just didn't know I don't know what I'm doing.
I know. Nobody knows what they're doing. I'm sorry. I'm like, everybody's so new to this, so.
I mean, is this even, am I in some kind of light? This is my very hacked together home studio.
I know. I just like sit at my desk and I'm like, this is good enough. I don't know. Whatever. I just try to like clean up behind me. All right. What are all these? Are you have like 1,000 sticky notes? Is this how you work?
Yeah, if you in the book I talk a lot about how I keep like lots of lists and sort of words of affirmation and all kinds of stuff. And so yeah, this is my beautiful home times Etsy style or a beautiful mind time Etsy style.
This book had so much great advice. Like I felt like anytime I am feeling a little bit unsure about myself, I want to take your advice because you're so emphatic and confident about what you're saying, and you use all caps, and you're like, you're going to do this. And I'm like, yes, I am. I'm going to do this. I'm going to like write this permission slip, and I'm going to buy myself flowers and all the other things you say. So thanks for being a guiding light.
Yes, thank you. I mean, I definitely had so many books that were that for me, particularly Nora Ephron and Cheryl
Yes.
The Artist's Way. And so when I was writing it, I definitely had in mind the reader and for this to be my offering.
And I love how you started at sort of your hitting bottom, right? This is like your most raw moment, open, struggling moment, and how you kind of built up from there. And so you're immediately like, we're all rooting for you right away, like, oh no, and then what? And now you know? So thank you for starting with that and being so honest about it and honest about everything down to like what kind of bras you wear. I feel like
Funny because I get that comment a lot, like you're so honest. And it had never occurred to me to be anything but honest. And then I kind of realized, oh, whoa, like I've just been writing in this way for 3 years where I'm just like, what's the truest version of, like, what's the truth? What's the rawest way to touch this thing? And I realized, oh yeah, people don't walk around all day thinking about like, oh, let me get to the root of this issue. So it's been really nice to hear people kind of recognize that, yeah, I was really trying to be there and be real and authentic.
when I was younger, I used to have my mother, like really young, like look up the publisher address, and I would handwrite letters, and she would mail them to me for to authors. I know I didn't do that all the time, but I definitely did it a handful of times, and that was there was like no other way. So
Uh,
yeah.
you were DMing authors.
Well, I'm older. I mean, I'm like 43. So in the there was no nothing. It wasn't even there wasn't even email, right? I was just like so. Now I'm feeling old, but um, so you work at Comedy Central. How are you like dealing with your job and this and trying to bring comedy and funniness when things seem so heavy and sad? Like, how do you mix all that up in your life?
So I had to really separate church and state on the book because I realized, I would never write a book unless I carved out the time to do it because my job is really demanding. And from the hours of like 10 a.m. to whenever I'm on, and that's um, running shows on behalf of the network, finding talent, reading scripts, and that's like a part of my brain that's looking at other people's point of view, making sure other people are really specific about what they're trying to say. I could have never written a book in that frame of mind because it's so editing minds, sorting minds. So in the mornings, I set a timer for an hour before work. Like, so I'd wake up at 6:40, and from 7 to 8, I was chained to my desk. No Instagram, no Twitter, no Facebook, nothing, just writing. And I did that every morning. And then some weekends, most Saturdays, I spent writing the book for a couple of years. And that way I was able to really separate the two. And so now I keep up that practice. Like I'm talking to you on me time. Like this is
Thank
book,
you.
yeah, of course. But I think there's a world in which I could have said, I can't write a book. Like, I don't have time. I have a job, like a full time job, but I wanted to write a book. So the only way to do it was to do it. And this was like, I would have gone crazy if I had tried to do it like after work or at lunch or something like that. But yeah, we're still, finding comedy. David Spade's show right now, we've adjusted to, if you follow his Instagram, he's doing really cool um, panel videos and chats, and he's just so funny. So if you need a little laugh, head on over to David Spade's Instagram.
I have not done that, but now I will. Definitely could use a little laugh.
Yeah.
Now, I also think part of, being able to be productive is figuring out when you can do things best, right? I've now officially given up on doing anything after, I don't know, 6 p.m. I'm not going to do a meeting. I'm not going to try to record a podcast. Like, I'll read and I'll take information in, but I'm not putting anything out.
Really important. And I was not a morning person. Like, I am not a naturally peppy morning, let's go. Like, I don't like those people. I'm just jealous of them. But I forced myself to become a morning person by pulling my schedule back like 20 minutes by 20 minutes by 20 minutes for a few months, because I realized my brain is the smartest at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Might be the most cranky and like my face be very puffy in the morning, but my brain is on fire in the morning. So that's really the time to write for me.
I did that this morning. I was with my little guys. I have a 5 and 6-year-old, and I was like trying to make the bed and get out of the room, and I was like, "Oh my God, my face is so puffy!" And they're like, "It looks exactly the same." I'm like, "You guys don't know anything. Like, you can't tell."
It's the little things. Like, my biggest worry about 4 weeks ago is I was like, I wonder if I should get eyelash extensions. Like, maybe eyelash extensions. Now I'm like, wow, that worry is like so far down the list of things I care about. Or I got like a de-puffy cream from under my eyes. Like, truly, who cares right now?
Yeah, I know. My daughters are gonna dye their hair tomorrow because I'm like, okay,
Fun.
why not?
What color?
Blue. They said just at the bottoms, but we'll see.
I like
They're trying to get me to do it too, but I don't know. We'll see.
I'd be into that. I think that'd look really cool. Maybe even if you just did one little piece.
Ooh, yeah. Let's see.
Just get a taste of it.
Yeah, maybe. You never know. Who knows what you'll do in quarantine? These are the things we find out. Well, you're probably going to be sick of me because we're doing our podcast tomorrow, which I'm really looking forward to. But
so excited. No, and far from sick of you. I was like, oh, this would be perfect. Like, now we get to meet over the interwebs. Like, really dive in. But, I just want to thank you on behalf of all the authors you've had on. It's a tough time for authors, especially if you're launching a book. And you are such a beacon of light and generosity by giving a platform to so many people. So thank you. I don't know how you're being this productive in quarantine, but you're doing it, and it's amazing.
If I don't do it, I can't do anything. I mean, it's either I'm busy or I'm like not able to get out of bed. So I'm just doing it, and I'm outsourcing. My kids are now on all different devices, and that's just the way it's going to be. So anyway, all right. So I'll talk to you tomorrow, and thank you so much for coming on today. And I'm looking forward to it, and looking forward to meeting you in person.
Yes, me too. All right.
Okay.
See you.
Okay. Bye.